This is Luke Radowski of wearechange.org reporting to you here, not in some war zone, but in the streets of a first world country, of course, Paris, France, during the 1 year anniversary of the Yellow Vest movement. As you can see, right now, there is massive property destruction, massive clashes happening right now between the people of France and the police of France that have been set on the streets here. Looks like the police are moving in right now, along with the fire department, as they're getting pelted with rocks. We're gonna try to move away here so we don't get hit by any of the trucks. But as you can see, absolute madness is breaking out in the streets of Paris, France right now. Now, of course, we're reporting this big flashbang right in front of us. We're reporting this to you as an independent media organization without any censors, without any form of manipulation. We're here also live on our YouTube channel, as the police have already moved in many different ways, not only with tear gas, not only with rubber bullets, but also the water cannon that has just been used moments ago. Firefighters have just arrived here on the scene. Police officers, of course, assisting them to try to get some of the fires that some of the protesters started. Already some officers moving in here. And again, the situation here is very turbulent, as you just saw a glass bottle being thrown against the police officer's shield right there. But what you're witnessing here is ultimately, whoa, big brick was just thrown over my head. What you're seeing here is a war zone, and that's putting it lightly. You're seeing a citizenry at war with its government, a government at war with its citizenry over, of course, the leadership of Emmanuel Macron. Now, all of this started a year ago over just a gas tank. Oh, it looks like there's an arrest happening right here, right in front of us. Cops being pelted. Just clashes happening here. Police officers firing. I got to look out for both ways, because there's projectiles being thrown by the protesters. There's tear gas obviously being thrown by the police. They're also using rubber bullets and the water cannon. As you see, the streets of Paris, France, once again littered with tear gas. There's been a lot of propaganda, a lot of disinformation in the mainstream media, but what you're seeing here is just live, raw, uncut, unedited video that we are streaming right now on wearechange.org on our main YouTube channel, youtube.com/wearechange. Protesters have also tried to establish some kind of roadblock here. And of course, the police officers are dispersing them, dispersing the crowd here as much as they can. But literally, I mean, look around here. This is an utter war zone that's unfolding right now in the streets. And all of this, again, more tear gas being thrown that way. All of this, again, started over a carbon tax, over a global warming tax, specifically against diesel, specifically affecting poor people to supposedly help the environment, really just taxing people, giving more money to the government. When that happened, the protesters here in France 1 year ago decided to answer back by going onto the streets and then wearing their yellow vests, which the government here demands that they wear. In Paris, if you get pulled over, in France, if you get pulled over and you don't have a yellow vest in your car, you are fined 160 euros for simply not having a yellow vest. This was the sign that these poor, rural French people used as a way to get out into the streets, with demonstrations not only happening here in Paris, but demonstrations happening here all over France. Now, if you look here, there's a major fire happening here. All right, I'm trying to navigate this scenario as best as I can to make sure. What does that say? Now, it is important to note here that A lot of private property has been destroyed, as we see people's motorcycles burnt up. On the live stream, you're just able to see the woman whose car was overturned and also lit on fire. You look around me here, everything is just a target. In what these protesters are calling a larger dissatisfaction to the kind of neoliberal, corporatist, globalist agenda of Emmanuel Macron, who, during the beginning of his reign in power here in France, was deemed as the savior of Europe. Well, this doesn't look like Europe is being saved. Again, the tear gas smell is very significant here. I'm going to start putting on my gas mask. We got more police officers coming in there. We are change. We are change. Hold on. We got more police officers with a water cannon moving in this way. The water cannon is the most severe weapon that's being used here, because when it's used, when it's deployed, it ultimately just makes people incapable of continuing to be out here. Just yesterday, it was snowing. Just hours ago, it was snowing. Police officers, again, being pelted with rocks as they're trying to move in here. The water cannon is being directed. I am going to position myself where... apologies for the Kermit the Frog voice, by the way. Again, another dumpster fire here in front of me. But I'm going to position myself against this pole so I could still continue filming. Well, at the same time, not have the possibility of getting pelted here. Now again, even with the proper gear, the severity of this tear gas is very significant, and it's making it difficult for anyone, even with the proper gear, to stay around. More police officers moving in as this kind of trash can was lit on fire. But what we're seeing here is ultimately mass civil unrest. Started 1 year ago in its highest point. People say floundered throughout the year. And on this 1 year anniversary, it definitely looked like it still has a significant presence here in the streets of Paris. Police officers firing back. Again, usually I use leverage here, and I try to watch where the water cannon is, where the water hose is pointed at. But over there, we're seeing another major fire. It looks like a car fire right down over there. So once again, anyone who contributes on wearechange.org/donate and makes this work possible, I sincerely, again, sincerely thank all of you guys from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to be out here to show you exactly what's happening here, raw, unfiltered, without any kind of censorship or bias. This is a significant movement that was one of the lynching points between a lot of the civil unrest that we have been seeing all throughout the world. And I expect to, of course, happen also in the United States. It's only a matter of time until we see this level of civil unrest in the United States. Specifically, I'm thinking the possibility of a major clash point in 2020. So there's also signs here that say Free Hong Kong, Wek Hong Kong. Spray paint, of course, that was illegally painted on this Bank of China. So the Bank of China also, of course, got targeted here by the protesters. As you see, the ATM is just totally destroyed. The glass doors and windows of this building also destroyed. Again, smoke billowing here all throughout. Whoa. Looks like there was a minor explosion from that car that has been lit on fire. Another car has been lit on fire here. Again, and these are average citizens' cars. These are not cars of... That's a mattress in the middle of the street that was just lit on fire. Firefighters doing their best here to try to extinguish all these fires. But again, France is just absolutely covered in smoke today. This is absolutely crazy. This is absolutely insane. And again, these are scenes that are becoming more and more common throughout the world. More of these scenes will be coming up. And we get into this on our YouTube channel where we talk about what's causing a lot of these protests. So of course, if you want more independent media, if you want real journalism on the ground, that's unedited, that's live, that's raw, your support is crucial, especially with us getting censored by Google and by YouTube for doing the work that we're doing. Here, firefighters are struggling to get their hose on this line here. Still surprised no major injuries have occurred from what I've seen personally. I've seen some officers hurt, I've seen some protesters hurt, but nothing too major, which is absolutely astonishing with the level of chaos and the level of violence that we are seeing here today on the 1-year anniversary of the Yellow Vest. Now again, all this work would not be possible without your support here on wearechange.org/donate. Thank you again so much. I'm going to move away because when I'm standing next to the cops, you're a victim of a large number of the cinder blocks just being thrown in your direction and potentially hitting you in the head. I already saw a number of journalists hit in the head with large kind of cinder blocks, and luckily all of them had helmets on. A helmet is a must. Health insurance would be nice too. Lawyers would be nice too, but for now, this is all we need to get the job done. And again, I sincerely thank all of you amazing human beings for allowing me to do this job for you. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org, an independent media organization that would not be possible without you. We're live right now, so make sure you click the notification button on the YouTube channel so you get the notification when we are live, when action happens anywhere in the world. We're most likely going to be going to places like Chile soon, so stay tuned for more. All possible because, again, we are change. Love you guys. Stay tuned for more.